Have you ever been punched in your motherfucking face? What you say? Oh, you haven't? Alright, wait, bitch. 2480 kid, fucking me. I am here, ho, ice cream, booger, color, kiss, Sub-Zero.
Post Credit Clarity Podcast. Welcome back, man. It's Zay. It's also the wonderful, the illustrious, the beautiful Billy
Come on, y'all.
Cheers.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Billy.
The amazing Billy Cheers. Come on, yo. Or
Facts. The
Billy Holly.
impeccable.
Actually, you
impeccable.
dead named me, and I literally went along with you dead naming me. That's crazy. It's
Let's
Billy
fucking
Holly.
go, man. I got him.
Come on, yo.
Fucking got him. Fucking got him. Okay. Billy, how are you doing
Yes.
on this fine Monday morning?
I'm doing amazing. I've been calling out of work a lot recently.
Let's fucking
So
go, bro. I love
I just
calling.
been, I just been in the crib sleep. I just been in the crib just enjoying myself. I'm like, wow, this is such a good. I see why people don't have jobs. Yo, this is amazing.
Yo, being unemployed is so fire for like a week and a half.
For
And a
literally-
half.
Literally, I was like, yo, this is amazing. And then I calculated what I would get on my check. I was like, this is kind of not amazing.
Yeah.
That check gonna be a little light.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool until you realize, like, oh, the next check is not hitting. You know what I'm saying?
At
Like,
all.
It's not gonna hit. Like, I remember being unemployed, bro. I was so unemployed one time. I was like walking out to like stores and businesses and like filling out job applications, which is something I don't like to do. I don't like to
And
just
that's
go in
such
there
like
and
a
say, "Yo, y'all hiring?"
that's
I
such a
don't like
boomer
that
thing to
shit.
do too.
Literally,
That's how you know.
it
That's how you
is.
know you want a job. You're like, yo, please, yo.
I wanted a job very badly. I got hired. I eventually got hired by the Burger King, and here's the reason why I don't do that fucking boomer shit. Because when I got
Yeah.
hired by the Burger King, when I got hired by the Burger King, my check came, but it's a fucking paper check that I have to go cash at a bank. It's not like direct deposit or anything like that. I had to go cash it at a bank. And it's not even like my main fucking bank. I had to go cash it at another bank. And it wasn't even like a crazy check. It's a check for $250 that I have to go cash at another bank. Like, you're inconveniencing me for my fucking money. I can't even check my schedule on like my phone or some shit. Like that Burger King is living in 1999, bro. That shit was pissing me off. Like, none of the new features that we have today that like niggas just, subtly ignore and enjoy, that Burger King have fucking none of it. Clock in mechanics, you had to clock in at the fucking register and put your little account number in and shit, or you had to write it on a piece of paper of your clock in, clock out time. Like, what are we doing, bro? Genuinely, what the fuck are we doing? Like, and that shit was
That
hell. Shit
that
was
shit
hell.
overly frying him. Yeah,
I
I don't
quit
know
that
if I
job
could
so
work
quick.
at like a fast food place, bro. That John, I genuinely feel like I would be sad if I worked at a fast food place.
Bro, it's hell, bro. It's hell. It's hell. The amount of
Like
like,
I'll go to McDonald's and I'll see like on the sign it says now hiring. But under the now hiring, it'll have like the benefits of McDonald's. It'll be like, yo, competitive wages, flexible hours, yo, we pay for your college tuition. And I'm like, yo, they really trying hard to get somebody to flip some burgers, yo. This shit is crazy.
bro,
Could never be me.
it's crazy because when once you get hired, like before you get hired, they like, ooh, like, they jingling keys at you. They like, yo, you want to work here? Like they trying to suck your dick or some shit. But once you get hired, they treat you like you invisible, bro. It's crazy. Like, the way that I got spoken to at Burger King was one of the worst ways that like I've ever been spoken to in my life, and I quit like immediately. Like, I got my first check, and then them niggas just never saw me again. Cause I wasn't about to
That's
like work without
hilarious.
getting my first check, but like that's what I did. Like,
Yeah, that's most people. That's most people being like, all right, I'm gonna stick it out to my first check and we'll see what's up.
yeah, got the fuck out of there. Thank God Walmart had called me back, because that was the real problem. Walmart wasn't calling me back, but they called me back. They was like, yo, like, we'll hire you. And then I started working
It
at
was like,
Walmart.
yo, competitive wages.
Literally. But guess what? At least with Walmart, I can clock in on my fucking phone. I get direct deposit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to go cash my fucking check at a random bank that I might get
Right.
robbed at. You know,
Might get robbed at. Imagine.
them niggas handed me my money back in an envelope. Are you serious? What are we
That's how they.
doing?
That's how they do it, bro. What you mean, yo?
No, bro, don't
Here.
hand me my money back in an envelope, bro. Put it in my fucking account.
I'm fucking weak, bro. But yes, Pluribus, yo. Hello, we here.
Pluribus. Okay, so we're here to talk about episodes 4, 5, and 6 of Pluribus because we
Mm-hmm.
just for some reason, happened to miss those episodes. No reason in particular, just happened to miss them.
None. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? No
no
reason in
reason.
particular.
No reason. So do you wanna what you trying to do here? We could get in episode 4, we get in episode 5, we get in episode 6, or we could just talk about it as a whole. Because I have things I
Yeah.
want to talk about, but they're like outside the scope
Yeah,
of
we
like
can
the
we can
episode
talk about it.
specifically.
We can talk about it as a whole because 4, 5, and 6 were like,
It was like a little
yeah.
movie. I ain't gonna lie. They all like go together. I mean, I know it's like a TV
Yeah.
show, but it's like you could watch those
Right.
for
Right.
those
We don't
three
have to
episodes
do
together.
episode by episode. We can kind of blend them together.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do that then. Let's go ahead and do that then because episode 4 is like the first. It's like we just entered into like a new arc for anime.
Right.
Because
Right.
yeah, because this is when the hive mind decides that like, listen, Carol, after episode 3, the way that you like was on our dick, like we're good. We're super
You
good.
know what's
What?
funny? It literally it goes into our whole thing of like the hive mind learning itself more and more
Yeah.
because yes, objectively Carol is somebody who's like bad for the hive mind, but it's only bad for the hive mind because the hive mind's main objective is to continue being a hive mind. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so them being like, "Yo, Carol, yo, we love you, but we got to be away from you," is almost like this passive aggressive thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah.
almost contradicts their entire thing of like, oh, we just want to be nice. We just want to do this. It's like, well, when an opportunity presented itself, now you're in this like passive aggressive type thing. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
goes into our theory of like the hive mind is just becoming more human in a way or becoming more individualized.
Yeah. They're like giving Carol like the cold shoulder and shit. It's like, yo.
Yeah, bro. And you could tell like as much as Carol hates the hive mind, she's come to rely on them in such a way to where like them giving her the cold shoulder is mad inconvenient.
She hates it, bro. She drove to fucking Las Vegas from Albuquerque. I don't know how
From
far long
Albuquerque.
of a drive that
It
is, but
sounds
I know it's like
it
it's
feels
something.
far.
It's not 30
Yeah,
minutes.
and also, mind you, they cleared the grocery stores and the gas. Like, there's nowhere for you to stop and be like, all right, let me just sit here and just have a nice meal. She had to like pre-pack for that trip and just assume, hey, I'm gonna have enough like things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's crazy.
exactly. And she changed her outfit and shit, you know what I'm saying, when she was at the hotel. I'm like, okay, Carol, got her arms out and shit. She thought she was sexy. She was not.
Yo, you taking Carol down, yo?
Um, I might, not gonna lie. If I'm in this situation and it's like, the last like, 12 niggas on earth, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they call it, well, I don't want to get into that part yet, but it's the last 12 niggas on earth. The last 12, individually, their minds are here and they're consenting.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're consenting. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Fuck
I
it.
was literally in the lay. It's the layup right there, yo. It's the layup right there,
Fuck it.
yo.
Like, might as well. Like, just because
Nah,
I'm
facts. Which
sure that
one?
like, and I would love to ask Diabate about this, but like,
Yeah,
I'm knowing that like in the back of your mind, you know that they can't say like your sex is bad. Like they have to say it was good. Like they have
yeah.
to. So like, it's not like a real. I mean, I'm not gonna say like it's not a real, but it's not like it's not like a human being with like individual feelings and
For
stuff like
sure,
that.
for sure.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
in itself, like
You,
they have to pleasure you and shit like that. So it's like,
but in the sixth episode, we saw that the French nigga was able to create this world around himself,
yeah,
in which he obviously knew people were acting, but to give it more life and to give it more depth, he was like, "Yo, just play these roles real quick."
yeah,
So like he could just be like, "Yo, play the role," yo, like and then
he could be
you
like play
know,
the role, which he
and
is
it
telling them to play the role. Like he got them in the in the hot tub and shit.
Yeah, they all
Be like,
giggling.
ah
And
ha ha ha, like
you
they
know what's
having a
funny?
time.
He is telling them, "Hey, act as an individual," which I think is very interesting because he's giving them specific roles to do. So it's like the hive mind is technically one, but the hive mind is like, well, this person acts like this person acts like that type of shit. And it is interesting to see like how complex his scenarios get outside of like
Yeah,
the sex or whatever. But I was gonna ask you, Zay, because there was this, budding internet theory going on. Uh
we need to talk about this. Like,
about French because what we're saying right now, the hive mind obviously is putting on an act and is not an individual person, and so there are certain moral quandaries that you kind of have to question, and there's this big internet theory right now that the French guy, because he's taking advantage of the hive mind's willingness to please him, that technically he's the hive mind.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna call him a bro. I'm not. I'm not gonna call him a. I just don't think that like him taking advantage of the situation, which sounds like I know sounds like that sounds like it sounds bad, but
Right.
no, I don't think that he's a rapist, man. I think that I understand where it comes from because like these people are not like themselves. So it's
Right.
like obviously they cannot consent to their bodies being used. But like number one, are we sure that like I think that that comes with like thinking this is going to be like reverse in some way, and then eventually those people are going to find out about how their bodies are going to be used or how their bodies were used, and then it's like, oh no, you took advantage of me and stuff like that. When it's like, no, I think that this is just like the new normal. Like, I don't think shit is going back to the way it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if the hive mind is like the person now, then it's like that person is no longer what they were before. It's like you understand what I'm saying? It's like it's like the person has changed. Is that's
Right,
literally
right.
what it
Like
is. The person has changed.
the hive mind is this individual thing that exists in different bodies. So it can still give, obviously it knows what it doesn't and does want to do because they've established like, hey, if we feel uncomfortable, we will separate ourselves from you, i.e. Carol. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So yes, on the surface it looks bad. Because like it's like, yo, what we doing? Yo, you are taking advantage of a situation that you wouldn't have access to otherwise. But I think that takes agency away from who the hive mind was in the beginning, who the hive mind is up until this point, to say like, oh, you're just completely just taking advantage. Because sure he is like taking advantage, but to call him like is crazy. But like everybody is taking advantage. The Indian lady overseas is telling them to act as if they're still her family.
is the
So
Indian
with that
lady a
not
kidnapper now?
right, yeah, like to add these extreme words to, like you said, the new normal, I think is looking at this all wrong.
Yeah.
I think the people fantasy booking, even though technically we did this. So this is the pot calling the kettle black. But I've seen so many TikToks of people being like, yo, Ice Spice, da 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 da. I think that borderline's a little bit weird. I do think that. But within the
Damn,
context of the show, I
nigga,
wouldn't
fry
necessarily
me.
call him a no, I did it too. Yeah, I did it too. I fried both of us. Yo, we're flawed individuals. Yeah, they can go back. Yo, it's on wax. Yo, we definitely spent 15 minutes
We did.
being
Thinking about, yo,
like,
who would you fuck in this situation? Which woman would you take advantage of first? As that was our that was that was our first thought.
that was
Damn,
immediately. We were
bro.
like, yo, the
Fuck.
French nigga got a point. Yo, actually.
It's crazy because he's still that. I ain't gonna lie. So far, like, and this is the part that I wanted to talk about. To me personally, He's easily like the most likable character in the show.
For sure. For
He's
sure.
easily the most likable character in the show, and I be trying to find it within myself to fuck with Carol because I see exactly like what she talking about. Like I promise I see her side, but she's too much of like, and this is the part that I wanted to talk about considering those people that did call Diabate. They were also saying that like, guys, Carol's trauma, guys, what Carol has been through, guys, what look at what Carol
Yeah,
is
I don't give
trying
a
to
fuck
do
about none
though.
of that shit, bro.
Like no, Carol is an annoying bitch sometimes, and that's the reason why they don't hang out with her. She not lonely
Bro,
because we're being
they literally
discriminative.
ostracize her.
Yeah, exactly. And that was like people were trying to like basically explain that away as like, oh, these other people are so weird for not talking to Carol and being like and being weird with Carol. Have you seen what Carol? Have you been watching the show and seen like how much of a nuisance Carol is when she gets around these people?
Yo,
Like bro,
wildly a
she called the
nuisance, yo.
one lady's son, um, something. She called him something. She called him out his name basically, and basically said like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
not really your son. That's just a hive mind." Like, yes, that's the truth, but like Carol, you're a bitch. I feel like if they in this situation, this is if they brought Helen back, if Helen was alive and she was a hive mind, Carol would be acting differently. I'm trying to tell y'all, is the only reason
You
why
know what's
like
funny
Carol is
though?
like we need to turn the world back. Go ahead.
You know what's funny? In episode, I think it was episode 4, when she like took the drug to see what would a truth serum be, it confirmed one of our theories. One, which is she wanted to fuck what's her name?
Zosha, just
Yeah,
like
but it
everybody
also,
does.
but yeah, very true. But it also confirmed like she is like she's putting on this act, like she's intentionally acting like this. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
she's intentionally acting like a bitch, and I think that what the show does really well is it'll give us Carol's perspective, and you'll feel sympathetic for Carol because you'll be like, oh shit, like the way the music is hitting, the way the shots are hitting. The perfect example of that is when she found the bodies, and like the way they did it, like the tone immediately switched to damn near like a
yeah.
scary movie shit. You know what I'm saying? She had the handheld camera and all of that, and then when she gets to Vegas, dude's like, yeah, I know. And then they had like this after school special of John Cena explaining why they do it.
It's
Like
one
the
of the
show
best
does
cameos of all time.
ever, yo, ever. But like what the show does really well is it'll give you Carol's perspective, and then it'll allow you to see the world outside of Carol immediately. And so
Yeah,
for somebody to walk away from that and be like, no, but Carol, guys, I think that you are reading the show wrong. And I think that you are actually probably a Carol within your life and you do not realize it. You lack the self awareness to understand that you are just like a bitch to the people around you. And you justify it in ways that like other people are just like, yo, this nigga is, or this John is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
exactly, exactly. And Carol is the type of person to just make you like wanna just never speak to her again because she's just like at every point in waking moment. Like I love people who are like assholes. I do. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like that's my bag. I love assholes. I love asshole characters.
Right.
What's the name in Breaking Bad? Aaron, the character that Aaron Paul played, he was an asshole, but he was like my favorite character in the show because he was an
Right.
asshole. But he was like a an endearing asshole. Like
I
there's
was about to
ways
say
to like make it
most
charming.
asshole most asshole characters have redeeming qualities.
Exactly.
The only time that you ever feel anything for Carol is when you're feeling bad for her because like
Yeah.
of some whatever scenario. Like you're not looking at Carol like, yeah, she's an asshole, but I like her because of such and such and such and such. You're looking at Carol like, well, yeah, I guess from her perspective, this is a bad situation. But even then, is that only lasts for a couple of seconds because anything bad that's happened to her so far is her fault. Like when she felt sad about like the way that the other girl was in the hospital in the previous episodes, nigga, that was her fault. Like when she felt
Literally.
sad about the group of people having relationships outside of her and ostracizing her, that's your fault. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know what it's gonna take. At the end of episode 6, we see the dude from Paraguay is like is gonna start making his way towards Carol, and so we'll see, I guess, how that relationship turns out. But so far, bro, it's like, bro, if you sit down and you're trying to defend Carol, bro, it's there's something wrong with you. You gotta look inward.
I think that the people that have stuck to the side that the hive mind is wrong, all of this is wrong. It needs to go back because people are like picking sides throughout the show. They they've chosen Carol as like their hero and their leader, and it's like they're never anything that Carol does. Yeah, but look what she's fighting for. And it's like
Yeah.
you have to I understand your side and you're making sense. Like I'm with you. I with you. Did hive mind bad? Yes, sure. But like again, you have to analyze this like as like Carol as an individual and what she's doing, like her actions. You have to analyze um her actions. And her actions throughout the show consistently have been like the most assholish, miserable person alive. You know
For
what I mean?
sure.
Type shit throughout the whole show. So well, a little bit more of what I wanted to get into personally is the Paraguayan guy. Is that Paraguay?
One of them, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think his impact is going to be in these next couple of episodes? Because for me personally, it's like yeah, but like you can't talk to her. You know what I mean? Like you need somebody to translate. So like
Right.
what's gonna happen there? Like are they gonna team up like fucking Power Rangers or what? What's going on here?
You know what's funny? But I genuinely think nothing. I genuinely think that at the end of this season, bro, Carol is gonna be like, well, this is the new life. It is what it is. And she's finally gonna like give in. And I think that the Paraguayan guy coming over, eventually both of them at the end of the season are gonna be like, well, I guess this is the new normal because they're gonna see like continuing to fight against it is futile. Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense, bro. Like, and
You
I will
know
say, I will say, I'm gonna contradict myself right now. It doesn't make sense to fight them, but the situation that was presented in episode 6, where they're like, "Yo, we're starving, we're doing this," could be like the calling card for people to be like, well, we have to change everybody back. Because the moment we change everybody back, they'll be able to participate within the food economy in the way that it's set up. Because right now, as a hive mind in episode 6, we find out, oh, the reason they have chop bodies is because they need human protein because they won't even pick an apple off of a tree. You know what I mean?
hmm
And so their way of survival, at best, I think they said at best they have 10 years unless they find some other solution, which is insane to me. So one or two things will happen at the end of the season. Either one, Carol would just be like, "Fuck it, this is the new normal," and try to save the hive mind, or two, Carol and the Paraguayan guy will rally the other 12 and be like, "Yo, listen, they're gonna die off soon. So the kid that going to the Indian girl, the kid that you love, he's gonna die in 10 years if we don't change them back." I think though one of those two things will happen.
you know what's crazy? I think it's so unlikely that the other people join Carol's side. That Indian mom hates Carol, like genuinely hates her. So I do think that that's unlikely, and I don't even think that Carol is gonna like back off from her position. She's a stubborn type. You know what I'm saying?
For
She's
sure.
gonna stick beside whatever she think. So I don't think that she'll back off at all. I really just think that they'll try to have a conversation, realize that they can't have this a conversation without the hive mind, and then once they come to that conclusion, it's like okay, but like we're so like it's like ants, like an army of ants fighting against like humans. Like that shit, you're never gonna fucking win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're never gonna win. So I do think that we might just have to keep this cycle going for like 2 more seasons. Where girl is like, guys, listen to me.
Nah, yo. If this happens, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. If this happens for 2 more seasons, bro, I'm not watching the show. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hot take. The only reason I've continued to watch the show is because we've committed to talking about it. I would have been stopped watching this, honestly. Like the as great as it is, as great as it's being shot, they cannot extend the storyline any further than maybe like the rest of the season, bro. We something has to give because, and I think I said this in the very first episode. We have a grand idea, and in the first episode of us talking about Pluribus, we were excited. We were like, okay, cool. This is somebody who has a history of taking grand ideas and being able to like ground them in ways that is entertaining. And I don't think that the show isn't entertaining, but at a certain point the grand idea is not gonna be what keeps us here. And I don't think they're doing a good job of keeping me personally here. Like I genuinely, I probably, if we were not talking about this, I probably would have stopped after like episode 4 or 5. I probably wouldn't even gotten episode 6.
That's crazy. That's crazy to hear because for my perspective, I've been looking forward to this show every single week just to see what happens next. You know what I mean? Just to find out, because I love the story. I love the story. I think that Vince Gilligan is doing a great job in terms of like storytelling and like arcs and pacing and stuff like that. Like whenever I'm watching the show, I'm never like, damn, like this is taking a minute. Like, oh, this is
But
like,
you
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 know,
do have to take my opinion with a grain of salt because I don't watch anything he does. Like I didn't really like
yeah,
Breaking Bad. I never watched Better Call Saul. And like this is just it's literally just the way that he presents ideas is just something that I don't, you know what I'm saying, align with
yeah.
very clearly. And I
He's
had to
he's a,
and I,
he's been a victim of like slow burning and people, well, not a victim, but like people say like his shows are like a slow burn, and I do think like Pluribus is that same way. It's like a slow burn, and we're gonna you know find out. We're questions that we
like
have now
he's
are gonna be answered in like 2 seasons.
I was about to say, no, I was about to say he's doing a very good job of every time I've had a question within the next episode or two, it's answered. So he's doing a very good job of anticipating what people want as far as like the story beats and everything like that. But I literally just I don't know what it is with the Vince Gilligan, but there is a disconnect. And like, yeah, I'm telling the 3 million people that watch this, I'm doing this for y'all. I'm not. I'm doing this for
Yeah,
y'all,
facts. So
man.
make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, dickhead. Like, do all that shit. Do all that shit.
Oh shit. Oh shit. What did you think? I want to know what you thought of cuz this happened in episode 4, I believe. Of what you thought about her going through that entire arc of giving the truth serum to the hive mind and trying to like get these answers.
Uh, it was really hard to watch for me. It was hard to watch for me personally because I feel like this is gonna relate back to my theory of like sexual harassment, and I have like more to say about that. But it felt like the person that got sexually harassed like fighting back against their abuser and trying to make them say like what happened. You know what I mean? Like trying to make them say like the truth of what happened. And I'm like,
Yeah.
everybody else is like fighting against Carol. You know what I mean? Everybody else is like, nah.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get to the bottom of it, but she's doing like reverse is it what? Like I don't know. I don't want to say reverse, but like that's what she was doing. Like reverse mind fucking Zosha and the hive mind. That's what she was doing.
Yeah.
And like that's the one thing I do have to give her. We said she had no redeeming qualities. She has one. She's very resourceful. You know what I mean? She's resourceful, she's investigative, and she sticks to it. And she found a way to get something out of the hive mind and like lock in with it. But I don't know.
Yeah, but
That scene
how
was just a very
how
hard
much can
watch.
we how much can we uh put stock in that when the moment that she meets the French guy, he has all the same information that she had and he didn't have to like abuse the hive mind. You know what
That
I'm saying? To
that
get
is
that
a great
information.
point. That is a great point. It's just the fact that like she doesn't. Again, we've never. I think it was just the one time in like episode 2 or 3 where she asked like what it might be like, but she doesn't like ask the hive mind questions about like its real intention. Well, outside
And
of the
she
truth serum part, but like
right, but
the
she
stuff like
knows
that,
it
like
doesn't lie.
why did you kill all these bodies? Why are you using
Yeah.
this? Why are you doing that? She doesn't ask the hive mind those questions. So it's like they take like the simpler, easy route, and because you can't find it in yourself to trust the hive mind. This is what it leads to, you know.
But also, I think this goes into the whole like the hive mind having a personality and being like an individual personality and existing within these bodies because the people that are getting answers are the people that are treating the hive mind as they want to be treated.
Right,
Like
with respect.
the nigga got a whole after school special with John Cena by simply asking the question, "Oh, like how do you eat? Like what do you eat? Like I noticed you guys drinking these milks." Carol is so adverse to just like treating the hive mind as they want to be treated that she has to do this most extra things just to get the simplest of answers, yo. Like, yeah, no, I can't give her she's resourceful as a redeeming quality. If anything, that's more of a knock against her. You're misusing your resourcefulness.
I understand that. I understand that. I can see. Well, what can we give her like one? Can we give her one? Because we've been shitting on Carol the entire episode.
I don't think she has any redeeming qualities actually. I truly think that Carol is one of the
Gay,
worst people to ever exist within cinema. Yo.
gay. That's a redeeming quality, you know.
She's barely that.
Shout out to my gay
She
niggas.
she barely that, yo. What we doing, yo?
Yeah,
It took her drugging herself to finally admit that she was like, yo. She'd even say she wanted to fuck him. She said, "And why is the girl so fuckable?"
you
Hello?
know what's crazy about that? You know what's crazy about that? The same people that are calling Diabate want Zosha and Carol to fuck in season,
Yeah,
which
they're
is like,
insane. The
listen,
people that are watching the show are
listen.
insane. That's the
That's
conversation.
listen.
You
This is fucked up.
you lot that are taking in this show right now, you lot that are like, "Oh my god, they're talking about this on Twitter," are some of the worst people ever to exist, bro. You don't know what you want. You don't know how to like properly take in a movie and give it analysis, bro. You suck. All of you, yo. Every single one of you. And if you're in the 3 million that's watching along, anticipating us to talk about this, you're a part of it. I'm talking to you. Y'all suck. Cause how do
Talking
you
to you
call the French
personally.
dude? How do you call the French dude a? You throw the word out. Oh, he's a. But then you ship this. It's one person. It's a hive mind that exists within individual people. Stop getting caught up in the interpersonal relationships between individual people and look at it as is. That's your problem. That's your problem. You don't know how to take in shows, bro. This shit is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, yeah. People are acting as if you treat the hive mind, if you want the characters in the show to treat the hive mind with some respect, that you're also like the worst person alive. It's so funny. It's so funny. But what's crazy? You know what I saw as a rebuttal to my point that I had is that like, well, if it is a hive mind, that means that the Indian mom's son can also feel the sex. So how do you feel now? I was like,
So he went from to pedophile. Got it. What we doing, y'all? What we doing? This, bro.
I
What?
legit,
What
I
are we
legit did
doing?
I
What
legit
are
did the
we?
speed face, bro. I did speed face. I'm like,
Bro, what are
no
we
way.
doing, bro? This is
Ain't
how
no,
y'all
go
watch
ahead.
media. Y'all are the reason, bro. Oh my god, yo, y'all are the reason
Oh
Netflix bought
man.
Warner Brothers and is about to give y'all slop. Y'all are the reason Rush Hour 4 is happening right now. That is because of you out there. That's like, I mean, he's a rapist pedophile. Hello, what are we doing?
Don't know what we doing, man. Don't know what we talking about. I have no clue what's going on. But I alluded to this earlier, gave y'all a little bit foreshadowing, but I did want to expand on my past theory of like Carol having some type of sexual assault in her past. I think I need
Yes.
to expand the
Oh,
idea. I need to expand the idea that the hive mind and Carol's like relationship is actually just an allegory for sexual assault. It's an allegory for it instead of like Carol having because I was on the right track with like that scene where she's down on the ground and then the hive mind touches her and just a simple touch freaks her out. You know what I mean? I was on the right track, but I
yeah.
was just too literal with it. I do think that like metaphorically, the hive mind is like a passive aggressive like abuser of
Yeah.
Carol
I mean,
specifically.
she said it in the thing. She was like, "Yo, they sent me to conversion therapy when I was a kid and you guys remind me of the camp counselors."
Exactly.
Like having this passive aggressive niceness where in reality you do have like some what's it called, underlying like agenda. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, and it also makes sense that like why Carol, when this is okay, This goes back to what I was saying earlier, where her redeeming qualities is us feeling bad for her. Because in this moment, like, I do feel bad for her. Like, she grew up, she had these feelings. She was like, yo, this is who I am. And everyone around her was trying to tell her no. They sent her places to tell her no. And because of that, when it came down to creating art and expressing herself, she was forced to make the main character a guy, when in reality, she wanted to make it a woman. And then we fast forward, and it is kind of like a commentary on like not living your true life bastardizes your art, because she sat down and asked one of the hive mind people, hey, what did Helen like really feel about the book? And like they told her, and obviously Carol was like taken aback. She was like, fuck, like Helen was pushing for this to come out, like I thought she really loved it, da 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 da. And Helen was just like, and they said like Helen thought basically it was slop. And it was like, oh, and to me, I literally registered as like, oh shit, like Carol never true, like she probably never really wrote a good book, because she was always just under this pressure of not
Mm,
existing as she truly was. You know what I'm saying? And that's
yeah.
probably why she has such an issue, again, what you're saying, with the hive mind taking over. It's like, oh no, like these people lack their individuality. These people lack what makes them them, and like I can't have that because of my trauma. Like, yeah,
Mm.
it's definitely interesting. I think you
When
were,
she looks at the hive mind, she sees a mirror.
yeah. Yeah, no, for
Fire,
sure. And I
fire.
think that you having like this everybody's going through sexual assault nose has finally come into fruition
Let's
on
go.
this one.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
finally. Finally. And I think you're cooking, yeah.
Yeah, man. Let me cook, man. Let me fucking cook, man. Now I gotta find a trans allegory. I gotta find a trans allegory. Yo, my trans homies, put me on, bro. Tell me, show me something I'm
Yo,
not seeing.
on my trans homies, yo, we love y'all, yo.
Show me something I'm not
Y'all
seeing.
haven't heard the episode yet, but we do an episode about Frankenstein where we spend an hour saying, yo, how much we love you guys, yo. You're
Facts.
amazing. You're the
I have
best
a
letter in the
I have a T-shirt in
LGBTQIA.
my closet that says "Trans lives are human lives." So if I have a
Mm,
T-shirt of it, bro, you know
it
I'm
gotta
for
be
the
true.
cause. You know I'm for
Right.
the
It
cause,
gotta
bro.
be
Come
true.
on, bro. Like, come on, bro. That's the most activist you could activist.
Come on.
Come
Talk
on
about
now.
it.
Come on now, bro.
Hello.
Next, I might buy the full set. Know what I'm saying? I might get some sweatpants that say, "Yo,
Talk
trans
about it.
lives,
Talk
save
about
trans lives." You know what I'm saying? On my ass
it.
specifically, save trans lives. On my
Is there anything else about 456 that you wanted to
ass.
talk about specifically?
I just wanted to talk about how much I do relate to Carol's loneliness, you know what I'm saying, and dying and needing to see a person
Mhm.
so bad that even in that moment where she was talking to Diabate, she was like, maybe, I am a writer. Maybe I could, I could help you guys out with that,
Oh
when really
yeah, I did feel
she
sad
just
about
wanted
that.
to talk. Yeah, she just wanted to talk to
Yeah,
somebody. You know what I'm saying?
cause she
But
was
I was
like, cause
thinking in that
she
moment, I'm like, Carol, you're an asshole, but like I do
true.
feel bad for you. I do feel like
Yeah,
I
cause she
shed a
was
little
like, yo, I'm
tear.
gonna get a suite. I'm gonna get a suite, and then we'll just hang out later. And the nigga like very clearly did not hide anything on his face
That shit was so funny.
that said I do not want that.
I
And
was
honestly,
crying, bro.
when she said it initially, it was like, yeah, I don't want that either, because you being here means the hive mind isn't. And
Right,
what is that? What does that do for me? Like,
right, right. I'm having way more fun with the high mind,
without you,
actually
yeah,
accepting this. You know what I mean? And he's like, he's been the best to Carol, but even with him, it gets to a point. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? He was like, listen, one night he tucked her in. He tucked her in on the couch, and he
tucked her
like, nah,
in. He
like
did.
you can't really stay here though. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't really genuine. Like, you gotta
Nigga
get.
went down to the car and was like, "Yo, a cop car, interesting choice. Okay, well, I probably wouldn't have done that." And then they banned over to like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, fucking supercar,
Fire.
yo.
Which, like,
Which
at that moment in the episode, I stood up and clapped. That is my type of nigga. I swear to God, me and that nigga would be having the most fun during
oh
this
yeah,
time.
for sure,
Which, like, that means I'm a which sucks. But
and a pedophile apparently.
pedophile, pedophile black thug over here. My fault. Yeah. Sorry to ruin you. Actually, that's probably gonna be bleep. What the fuck am I talking about? It's gonna
Yeah,
be
it will be bleep. They will have no idea. They'll have to assume that what you're
yeah.
saying right now, actually, actually say some more stuff, actually, so I can believe it.
Yo, all that shit, bro. Yeah,
yo, yo, if I was a terrible person, that would be the one time I wouldn't believe it. Yo, that would be hilarious. I was like, oh, my bad. Yo, I missed that part.
oh,
I
I
forgot
just
that
missed it
happened.
in the editing, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm
Damn.
sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
Okay,
yo.
so Pluribus episodes 4, 5, and 6. 3 really good episodes. I'm excited. I think we ended this last episode where he was just saying, like, listen, Carol, they just want you to apologize. Oh, wait, we didn't talk about the biggest moment. They found a way to convert them, but they just need her consent. What do you think about
Yeah.
that?
I thought that was interesting. I think two things are interesting. One, that they have to like alter your stem cells in order to probably get the hive mind in. But there was this thing that I did find interesting that I meant to bring up earlier, where the hive mind is dying in 10 years. They have a 10-year lifespan. And to me, that actually is getting us closer to the answer of their origin. Because in my head, once they said that, I'm like, oh, does the hive mind bounce from species to species? And then when that species dies off because of the hive mind's own morals, they simply go to the next. They simply find the next like life form that they can attach themselves to.
I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm thinking, like,
And then if that's the case, then the hive mind truly is a virus, like Carol says.
yeah.
Because again, a virus is solely focused on its survival. You know what I'm saying? And whatever it has to do to survive, it will. And so if that means killing off the host to survive, it'll do that. And so for me, like that whole they're gonna die in 10 years, I'm like, oh shit, this kind of adds layers to like on the surface the hive mind might not even know or even want to acknowledge that it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Because if it acknowledges that it's bad, it like crumbles the hive's entire identity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So in its head, it's like, no, we're coming here. We're giving you guys peace. We're chilling. And then, if we can't survive, we'll just move on. So it's presenting as like this nice thing, but whole time that's just the way the virus thinks. It's like, no, we're doing a good thing. It's like, no, you guys are killing off planets the more and more you move. Because again, I asked this question in the first episode: where did the hive mind come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's uh,
That's a huge question. That's a huge question. And if this were like a superhero movie or some shit, the hive mind would kill all these niggas. You know what I'm saying? It would just kill the
true
last 12. Just kill the last 12 and be done with it because life would be easier to live
without
without
them.
the 12,
Hmm.
you know? So yeah, nah, that is a very interesting question that I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got no answers for you. I ain't got shit for you. But that might be a question that maybe Vince answers next season. Like I don't
I
know.
will
Like
say we did say
hopefully.
every time we have. I did say earlier every time we have a question, Vince answers it within the next 1 or 2 episodes. So like every question I've had so far has been answered except for this one. Where did they come
But these are
from
the last three
and why?
episodes, right? 7, 8, and 9, I think.
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah, 7, 8, and 9 are the last three episodes. Which, like, bro, we are getting. We don't even get 13 episode seasons anymore.
bro. What? Are you talking about 13, nigga? We used to get 20 episode seasons.
I do remember that. Like, Flash used to have like 21, 22 episodes a season.
Bro, shit is crazy. We don't even get that anymore. Niggas get hour long fucking 8 episodes. So
The
16
Flash, the
episodes.
Flash episodes used to be hours. By the way, they were like hour long, 21, 22 episode seasons. Crazy, crazy that
Insane.
like no one would even fathom to like put
Doing
that
that
together
today
if it's like a
at
real
all.
serious show that's trying to be like like Pluribus. If it's like trying to be a real serious show, it's going to
Yeah,
be 9, 10 episodes at best. You
at
know,
best, bro.
which
Which
is
sucks.
rough, which is rough
Yeah.
for us, man. And honestly, this Netflix Warner Brothers thing, It's only getting worse from here on out, my buddy.
Boo.
It's only getting worse from here on out, my guy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
nah, it's bad.
It's about to get bad. The nigga, have you seen some of the quotes that I think his name is Ted Sarandon? Have you seen some of his quotes that he's been like putting out?
No, 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 no.
Okay, so the most troubling one is when he said that yeah, Hollywood used to be where people would go out to the cinemas and see a movie on this big, wide and screen and stuff like that. And we just don't think that that's consumer friendly anymore. We just don't think that that's what people want to do anymore, which is not, which is 100% not what you want to hear as like
I
a
did see
person
that.
that
I did
likes
see
the
that
movie
quote.
theaters. Yeah,
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 because they
yeah.
said they're
Like
gonna
it's
reduce
just
theater
crazy.
time as much as they can.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like currently right now, and I'm thinking that like they're gonna continue to do this as like the Warner Brothers like projects come out and stuff like that. Netflix has like they have a movie comes out for like 2 weeks, and then they put it on Netflix to like maximize profit. And it's just like I don't think that you can there's nothing like the thing that Netflix can't provide with you unless you're watching it with like let's say like a couple of family members or whatever. But Netflix can't give you like the community that a movie theater can. Like in terms of like when you're
Yeah,
watching a movie in the theaters and you're getting live reactions of audiences. I know a lot of people prefer not, to have movie theaters be empty, but I'm one of the guy that I like the audience. I like hearing the reactions. I like hearing like the clapping, the cheering, the laughing, the groaning, the booing, all that shit. I love that shit because it's like it's human interaction, it's social interaction, it's
yeah,
learning to like other people's perspective and shit like that. So you lose a lot of that when you just put something out in the theaters for 2 weeks where a lot of people are just gonna say, well, it's gonna be in Netflix in 2 weeks. It's not really that like going to the theater isn't consumer friendly. It's more so that like theaters are overpriced. Theaters are snacks cost like $20 now. You know what I'm saying? It's more so that than like movie
mm-hmm.
theaters are not where people want to be. It's where people want to be because you see like all the big movies. People still go out to the theaters for the event movies. The event movies and people are like, oh, that movie's good, but like obviously the mid market and the small market movies don't do as well
Yeah.
as they used to, which is the part that's really rough. And that's the part that Netflix wants to capitalize on are those mid market and small market movies and making you come to Netflix for that. And then maybe eventually, those big event movies, just watch it on Netflix. Just watch it at your house. Just DoorDash the food. Just watch it at your house. Just Uber Eats it, man. It's easy. You don't have to go outside. You don't have to interact with your community. It's rough for us.
Yeah, nah. And then I just don't like that everything is in the crib because like as somebody who works a lot, when I have an opportunity, sometimes I don't want to be in the house. Like a lot of
Yes.
times going to the theater or going outside is a form of like escaping like just being in the crib all the time. Like they're you're selling it as a guise of helping consumers when in reality they're simply just trying to reduce the amount of money that they're spending. Because in if we're being honest, like Netflix is a loss leader. They don't make as much money off of streaming as you would assume that they do, as their
Mhm.
stock implies that they do. They're literally living off of a facade, and every move that they make is trying to get as close to making that facade real. And as much as they try, it's not because streaming services are not a profitable business. We see that we're like you don't even have to like look into the numbers to know that. None of these things are truly profitable, but they're going to sit here and lie to us and be like, "Well, we're trying to help you out." No, you're not. You're trying to help yourself. You're trying to continue living this life of like 100 plus millionaire as like the owner of this Netflix or the owner of the studio or whatnot. And you don't care what happens to consumers. Like, stop lying to us, bro.
Literally.
Like this shit's
Literally.
insane. Don't sit here and blame, oh, people aren't going to the theaters because it's inconvenient. No, people aren't going to the theaters because the economy is shit. That's why people aren't going to the theaters. People aren't going outside not because they would rather be at home. It's because they can't leave home,
Yeah.
nigga.
And
Like
you put all
y'all are
these things onto us to where like you're like, no, you shouldn't leave home. Like that's like the culture now. It's like it's
Right.
so individualized.
Instead of fixing the problem, now they're justifying the solution. They're just like they're justifying the problem instead of fixing the problem of like, hey, we should probably work on the economy and make sure everybody has not only enough money to live, but enough money to actually like do things. Because if they have enough money to do things, then that helps the economy and everything run. It's a give and take. Instead of fixing that problem, they would rather tell you, no, you want to be inside. No, you don't want to go out there. You want to pay a monthly fee so you don't have to leave the house. It's like,
Yeah,
no, bro. What are we doing?
yeah, and it's even with. This is why I urge everyone, if you're listening to this podcast right now, don't pay for streaming services. I stopped paying for streaming services, and it changed my life. The only thing I pay for now is Apple Music. That's genuinely it. Apple Music and YouTube Premium because life is unlivable without
I'm gonna
YouTube
be
Premium.
honest with you, bro. The only time I pay for anything that's media wise is if it's somebody who's like an indie person. Like if you are backed by a major
I be
company,
on
whether
Nebula.
that's in
I do be on
film,
Nebula.
that's what I'm saying, bro. If you're backed by a major company, whether that's film, whether that's music, whatever, you're good, bro. I'm okay. But if I see you out here, if I see a short film and they're like, "Yo, pay $5 to see this," I'm gonna pay the $5. If I see somebody music and they post it on Bandcamp and they're like, "Bro, 99 cents to own this," I'm gonna pay the 99 cents because I know that's going directly to you. I know you're skipping the traditional route in order to go direct to consumer, and I know that's hard. Like as niggas, like we could take a step outside of ourselves for a minute. As people who are putting out a podcast, as people who are doing YouTube, like it is on us to put our money where our mouth is. Like we want people to support us. Why are we not supporting the people who are indie? That is the people that I give money to. I just spent $10 on somebody's short film. Was the film good? No. But guess what? They put effort into it. They spent time writing this. They spent time marketing it to us, and I wanted to watch it. I didn't know it was gonna be. I didn't know it was gonna be shit, but I took that risk because I said this is somebody who's going out of their way to make art despite them not wanting you to do it. We do not live in a society right now where they want you to create art. They're constantly pushing AI towards us. They're constantly outpricing art right now and they don't want you to do it. I don't know why. I don't care to know why. I just know that they don't want you to do it.
Yeah.
So when somebody decides to go against the grain and continue and live life as an artist and put it out there for people, I will support. Not Netflix, not Warner Brothers, not these big ass fucking studios that only care about how much money they're making. The people who actually care about making the art.
Yeah. So Netflix CEO, if I ever see you in the streets, I'm gonna pull my pants down, pull my underwear down, and
Word, yo.
yeah, I'm doing all that. I'm doing
Ditto,
all
yo. I'm
that.
coming right behind them too, doing the same
He
thing.
coming right. Yo, we going we going back to back your shit.
Yo, we might you.
Yo, pull his pants down.
Yo. Insane, yo, insane. All right. So,
Yo,
what are we currently watching?
yo, what are we currently watching, Bill? What are we watching right now, yo? What are you watching?
Holy shit, yo. I know for a fact this nigga Zay has not watched anything, yo.
Stop
So
saying that.
I'm
I've been
like,
watching shit. You gotta stop
yo,
saying that. I changed my
nah.
ways.
I recently watched Begonia, which I
Ooh,
thought was like amazing film. I thought it was really good.
how did
Have
you
you
feel
seen
about
Begonias yet?
I haven't seen it yet. I was thinking about watching it because it is there on the illegal
On
streaming
the
service that I
sites.
have. Yeah, it is on the
Yeah.
sites. And it's like, in good quality. So I was like, I should watch Begonia soon because I do love Emma Stone. That is one of my
Mm-hmm.
goats. You know what I'm
Jesse
saying?
Plemons is always amazing.
Facts, facts, facts. So I'm ready and excited to enjoy that and have it be cinema. I'm hyped for it. Plus, like
Yeah.
the
Are
trailer was
you
really good. The trailer was really
do you
good.
care if I spoil it a little bit?
I do care if you spoil it a little bit because I'm gonna watch it soon. Like genuinely.
Okay. All I'll say is Stavi has like a small role. It's amazing.
Who?
Jesse Plemons cares Stavros. Um comedian guy. You don't know Stavi?
I don't.
God
You
damn
lost
it,
me, nigga.
bro. Stavi's in it. He's amazing. Jesse Plemons' character
Demon.
is amazing, and I think what this movie does really well is it casts doubt. Like there's something that there are things that happen, and each time something happens, you're on a different person's side every
Mm,
single time, all the way up until the very end, and you're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's one of
I
those
I think
movies.
yeah, and I think this is, and I think they don't do it in like a self serious way. They do it in a very like light way to where because I think a lot of films try to do this and they're like trying to be super artsy and super serious about it, but they do it in a very light way. And I think I was talking to one of our fans and they were saying
Mm.
like that this was
One of our
they were
longtime
saying
fans, longtime
one of
fans.
our longtime fans, yeah. They were saying that this is actually one of like a really good movie to watch like when you're just at the crib, you're high as hell, and you're just like, oh, wait a minute. Are there aliens? Like it's one of them type Jones, but they do it really, really well, and I think it's a really good film. Everybody should watch it.
Yeah, I'm locked in. I'm locked in on Begonia. I'm gonna see that, or I'm gonna watch it. You know, and I'll be locked in. One thing I did want to talk about this Thursday, we have the Supergirl trailer coming up. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. They gave us a little teaser yesterday. Comes out on Thursday early in the morning. I'm hype as fuck for that. I love Millie Alcock. I loved her. Her
Yeah,
Millie Alcock in the first half of that season 1 of House of the Dragon genuinely like changed my life. I was like, bruh, this girl is an actor for real. Like she went crazy. And plus that was like the best part of House of the Dragon. The rest of House of the Dragon is like wishy washy, hit or miss. But the first half of that shit with Millie Alcock and her
yeah,
playing alongside the other
it's
daughter girl,
amazing.
and yeah, exactly. That shit is great. That shit is great.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm hyped for the Supergirl trailer coming in soon.
Can I
What
ask you a
what
question?
what's up?
What? Because she was in the Superman movie.
She was.
Um,
She was at the end. Yeah.
my concern about her is how people will receive her. Because I think that people are expecting Supergirl to be like this overly, and this has to do with, obviously this is like a patriarchy conversation. This is like a just a Hollywood thing, but I think people are expecting a Supergirl to be like this overly attractive like person. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
happening. Not happening.
Like I think in an ideal person's mind, somebody who reads the comics and stuff, they would want like a Sydney Sweeney type, like just a bombshell person playing Supergirl. Do you see that response happening? Like people are doing that like attractive politics on her and being like, "Oh, is she good looking enough to play Supergirl?"
I actually haven't seen that at all. Some would say that you just pulled that out of your ass. I haven't seen that shit at all, actually.
I'm
But
starting the
but
narrative right now.
you're starting that narrative, nigga. But I will say, it all depends because I've seen like a lot of I actually have seen some of that. I was joking, I was trolling. But it actually depends on like who you are, because I've seen a lot of people say like, "Yo, Millie Alcock is actually some fine shit," and I think from
Yeah.
certain angles she's attractive, from other angles she's not. It depends. It depends on which way you're looking at. For me
Yeah,
personally, for me,
she's not Hollywood traditional attractive. Like
exactly, she's not
we can object
conventionally, yeah, conventionally
yeah,
attractive.
we can objectively say that. That has nothing to do with what we individually feel. But that's why I said, do you think those comments are gonna affect how the movie does or affect how people receive like
I
this trailer and
already
whatnot?
don't expect the movie to do great. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
don't expect it to do that great because it's it's Supergirl, which
Yeah.
is like people fuck with, but people don't genuinely fuck with Supergirl. Like
Yeah.
this is not Wonder Woman. If Wonder Woman was coming out, I'd be like, okay, this movie is going to do, numbers because it's like the
Yeah.
new Wonder Woman in the new DC universe, and like even Superman, which I thought Superman was going to do 1 billion. That's what I predicted off that first trailer. I was like, oh yeah, this movie's going to do 1 billion. It didn't do close to 1 billion. I mean, I think it was like 300. I think it did 700, 600, something
Yeah.
like that. Um, yeah. So
That's
I
close
don't
to a
think
billion, by the way.
all right, relax, chill, chill,
This nigga
relax,
did.
relax. But listen, I don't think Supergirl. If Superman did like 600, 700, Supergirl is going to do like 400, 500.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't think
You
I think it's gonna
hot
be
take.
fine. You know what I mean? I think
Hot
people are
take.
gonna like it.
I think Supergirl does barely cracks 100.
Like 100 million.
Yep.
What the fuck are you? Are you serious?
Yep.
Yo, right. I'm writing this down. Ain't no fucking.
No, write it down.
Nah, I'm putting this in my notes. Yo, now I gotta be overly for the movie.
I think it barely cracks 100. Yeah.
This nigga said Supergirl doing
This nigga,
100.
he writing in his notes. This nigga said,
Supergirl doing 100 million. All right, I got it in my
insane.
notes. I got it right there. Okay. Um, nah, you're crazy. That
Perfect.
shit is gonna do. It's gonna do fine, but it's not gonna like break, records or anything like that. But it's gonna do fine.
Yeah.
You know what is gonna break records? Fucking
Marty
Spider Man.
Supreme. Uh,
Spider Man is gonna do records. Spider Man is gonna go crazy.
Spider
It's gonna.
Man. Oh, the new Spider Man is coming out.
Yeah, yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
that
yeah,
Spider
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
bro.
Spider Man
What
is
are we
gonna go
talking about?
crazy. That's the other reason why I'm not like putting like huge expectations on Supergirl because the next month after it's the shit that everybody's really here for. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Big,
I
big,
guess.
big man back in town. You know what I'm
They said
saying?
Avengers Doomsday is directly after Endgame, like it's a direct sequel to Endgame.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Which
You
I don't
you
know.
you
I
want to
don't know
talk about
why
it for a
they.
little bit because I have like nerd theories and shit that we could get
I
into.
don't know why they said that though. So like, because everything they've done has been a continuation of
Can
Endgame
I
and
can I
whatnot.
explain?
So
Can I
like,
explain?
what does that even mean?
So
Yeah.
like I think what they meant by that is just the fact that like when you go from Avengers, the first Avengers movie, the Avengers, when you go to the
Yeah.
Avengers to Avengers Age of Ultron, that is not really like a 1 to 2 like direct sequel. And even when you go
Right.
to Age of Ultron and then you go to Infinity War is not a direct sequel of Age of Ultron. It's more of a sequel to Civil War, which is like
Right.
a Captain America movie. So Infinity War and Endgame being sequels to each other was like something new for the MCU. And Avengers Kang Dynasty was not supposed to be a sequel to Endgame. So when we move to Avengers Doomsday being a sequel to Endgame, I think that just highlights how much of this phase that they're ignoring, in terms of like some
Yeah.
of the smaller shit, like say like let's say like the Miss Marvel show, probably ignoring
Right.
that. You know what I mean? Which
Right.
I
They're gonna
enjoyed that show.
completely ignore the Loki show.
No, well that's the thing. That's the one. Listen, that's my theory. That's the one show they're actually not gonna ignore. But the rest of the Disney Plus stuff that happened, probably ignoring. You know what I mean? Probably ignoring Daredevil. Probably ignoring like a lot of the Agatha, ignoring the fuck out of that. Um, Respect to Agatha, but they're ignoring that shit. So I just do think that like it just highlights like where they're taking this story and where they're
Yeah.
like pulling it from. You know what I mean? They're like the Russo brothers. Like, listen, that shit that you did in the past 4 or 5 years, that was some cool shit. We going back to the shit that we did though, and we
Yeah.
gonna build off of that. You know what I'm saying? And so they're gonna. It's a big thing because I don't know if you saw, but Chris Evans, you probably don't care. Chris Evans is 100% coming back. Like the Hollywood
Is he?
Reporter, yeah, the Hollywood Reporter, they reported it a while ago. They were like, Chris Evans
Have
is coming
they?
back for Avengers Doomsday. And people were like, "Are you sure though?" People were like, "That's still like kind of a rumor," because the Hollywood Reporter was
Yeah.
like, he could be playing a variant of anybody. But I have it on. I have y'all. I got sources. I got MCU sources because I'm deep in this shit. I have it on good like authority that nigga's coming back as Captain America. The
Do we
Captain
know?
America.
Do we know the storyline yet? Did they give us like the what it's gonna
I
be
know the
about?
storyline. I know the
What is it?
storyline, but we haven't like heard like, oh, like this and this. But I basically know like what's
Allegedly, what is it? Like,
allegedly. Okay, so um, Doom comes back. We don't I don't quite know his motivation yet, but he does say that like, listen, Steve, you fuck shit up with like the Infinity Stones, and all of y'all really fuck shit up with like the way that y'all handled like your work across the timelines and fixing your own world. You destroyed some of ours. So I know
yeah.
that like the movie starts off with him like genuinely like killing Steve. You know what I'm saying? Killing Steve of that universe and saying like,
Oh.
bro, you a bitch. I ain't gonna lie. Like because of the shit
You know
that
what's
you did.
crazy?
What's up?
I was this that may have nothing to do with that, but I was watching this TikTok where they broke that down, where they broke something similar down. They were like, "Hey, in I think it was in game or something like that, when they caused like a heart attack to Tony, like that was unplanned because in that timeline, Loki stole the Tesseract, and that's what got him into the whole Loki show stuff. But when Steve went back to like make everything right, he didn't make that right, if that makes sense, and that
Hmm.
caused like a individual branch to kind of like exist and everything like that. And so Steve's version of like going back, making sure everything was right, isn't technically the original timeline. Like what they did in that whole thing was they now exist on a branch, and when they went to go fuck up Tony's heart and like Loki stealing up, that created its own separate branch. And so, are you telling me now that because of that, there's like a branch that branched off, and now Doom is like,
Yeah,
hey, like
there's
you said, hey, you
branches.
fucked up my world.
Yeah, you fucked up some shit that I had going on, and now like what I think it is also is that like we're gonna find out the Fantastic Four world that we just dived into and really loved is not the world that they're supposed to be from. Like genuinely, because of
Mm,
what Captain America did with all those stones and stuff like that, he ended up creating some shit that he didn't
wasn't supposed to
obviously didn't mean
exist.
to create. Yeah, yeah, that wasn't supposed to exist. And so
Because the
now,
Fantastic Four, they exist outside of even the X-Men branch that
yeah,
we've
they have
seen
their
within
own
the
shit. They
MCU
have their
movies.
own shit.
Yeah,
They didn't even mention. I thought that there were gonna be like other, maybe like slight mentions of like small town heroes in the
yeah,
Fantastic Four movie, but like
they
nah,
didn't.
there was just
It was
nobody
them.
else in that shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, so continuing on, Doom is gonna he's gonna like start to recruit people. There are gonna be people on his side, probably like the evil versions of the Avengers, probably like Hydra Cap, Evil Hulk. I don't know if they're I don't think it'll be Evil Iron Man, but I know that like Black Widow and shit, all them niggas. So there'll be like an evil Avengers that he'll have like his own team and shit, and then he'll try
Are
to
they
like
gonna go
recruit.
up against the Thunderbolts Avengers, or which version of the Avengers are they going up against?
So so the Avengers team that they revealed this recently at like a Comic Con in like Brazil or like Tokyo or some shit. But the Avengers
Mm-hmm.
team currently is Captain America, Thor, Loki, Ant Man, and you know Hulk.
I love that team. I love that team already. I love that
Yeah, that team is
because
gonna
if
get
if
pissed
if
on.
it if it was the Thunderbolts team, I swear to God, I was not gonna watch this film.
No, the Thunderbolts are not the main Avengers. They're like in the movie, but they're not like what I mean. The main niggas are Cap, Reed, Thor, you know
Yeah,
Loki.
I want to see Thor back on my movie screen, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they're focusing this is why I fuck with the Russo brothers because they know which characters we fuck with. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like I'm even me, the biggest MCU fan. Like I'm not like a fan of all of these characters. Like my personal, I like the Thunderbolts movie. I'm not that excited to see them go against like the X-Men because that is like a theory. Like they're gonna be fighting the X-Men and shit. Like I'm not, that excited. I want to see my niggas. I want to see Thor. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I want to see
the
Loki.
people,
Loki is my
yeah,
dog. You know what
who
I'm
I have
saying?
history with, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I want to see them reunite because obviously Loki has matured to such
Wait,
a
are
point.
they? Yeah, I was gonna say, are they? How does Loki even get into this? If in the Loki show he became like the tree to like hold all the branches together,
That's
like how does
this is
that
this is
happen?
this is this is the thing. This is what I'm talking about. So by the end of the movie, Doom is going. We know Doom is gonna win. Doom is gonna win by the end of the movie, similarly to Infinity War, how Thanos won by the end of the movie
Yeah.
through all triumphs. But how he's gonna win is gonna be he already has Franklin. He already has that nigga. We saw that in the post
Mm,
credit scene of the Fantastic
yeah.
Four. You heard it here first. Scarlet Witch is not dead. Surprise, surprise. She's coming back. Um, Sentry, he needs Sentry, and the last person he needs is locally, Loki. He needs Loki
Yeah.
because he has to. He's gonna be in the. He's gonna create a world called Battle World, and he's gonna be like his own world that he rules everybody and shit. And if he's to create that shit and combine all these timelines, he needs to probably steal Loki's power. to create that shit and like,
Mm.
lock in. So that's the importance of Loki being in the movie. That's why Loki's there.
Holy shit! I'm not gonna lie. Allegedly, like your story,
Hmm.
yo, I'm so excited. Yeah, I started this by saying I'm not watching that piece of shit,
Hmm.
and then by the time you got through your alleged like conspiracy theory of what it might be,
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
This is one of the because I know because I know like niggas don't know and niggas are not as locked in, which I don't like. I don't, I get it. Like Marvel has been hit or miss for the past couple of years. I get why you wouldn't be locked in. I get why you wouldn't care for Avengers Doomsday. But I promise you, like they're cooking something. They're cooking something. They're cooking something. I
Yeah,
promise you, they're cooking something.
something
Um,
in that oven.
yeah, and we are getting that trailer soon for Avatar: Fire and Ash. But I didn't even say what I'm fucking watching, which is like the same shit as last time, guys. I'm still watching Welcome to Derry. Turn me the fuck up, bruh. Turn me the fuck up. We just got last night's episode 7 of Welcome to Derry. Was I'm having this internal conflict with myself right now, and Billy is gonna enjoy this because I don't think the episode was that good. But everybody that watches it, everybody that has seen it, is like, nah, that was like a really good episode of TV. And I think that it
Mm.
ended well. I think that it ended well. And I think that it started well. I thought the middle of it, where there were some choices made that I had some really strong like confusions with as I was watching the episode. Some other stuff where I was like, this is really goofy and corny. And like I've had this problem with the show since the beginning. Like the tone of the show is like it's weird. It's like struggling to like stay horror or stay like goofy,
Yeah,
comedy. It's like struggling. It's dancing between the lines, and it's like sometimes it stumbles. And I thought that this was an episode where it stumbled a little bit with with that consistent tone, And but I did like the ending of the episode. I thought that that was crazy. I am still locked in. I just thought that last week's episode was great. Last week's episode was great, and this week's
yeah,
episode was like fine. You know what I
was
mean?
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and next week is our last episode. I'm pretty sure. So we'll see how the season ends off. They did some nut shit with Pennywise and Bill. That's the one thing I will say. Bill Skarsgård, that nigga. You can never deny him as like one of the
yeah. The
great
whole
actors
Skarsgård
of our
family, yo,
time.
they be cooking.
Absolute demon. You know what I'm saying? We need to get that nigga in like some real shit. So that way, like he need to work with my dog. He need to work with Nolan. He need to work with fuck, what's Robert Eggers? He need to work with Eggers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He need to work with one of the real niggas, cause so that way we can see that. Maybe Ryan Coogler work with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Work with one of these niggas, please, bro, cause he's special. But I just had a conflicting I just had a conflicting thoughts about last night's episode that I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with and will not agree with me in the comment section. Art
yeah,
loving fans, you know. Still want you to watch it though, bitch ass
yeah. I'm probably not. I'm probably not.
nigga.
Probably not. No, I just got this invite as we were talking to go to a special screening of One Battle After Another with
Hmm.
a Q&A from Tiana Taylor
What the
after.
fuck? You gonna see her in real life?
Yeah, you good? Are you
Yo,
okay?
yo, you gotta ask her. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You gotta ask her to recreate the scene where she stuck the gun up his butt. Recreate it.
With me?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta do that. You
Yo,
gotta
I
do that.
got you, twin.
Appreciate you.
I'll
Yeah.
be like, hey, yo,
Appreciate
that scene, like, there was a lot that happened off camera. Can you, like, give us an example of, like, what that was, yo?
Facts, 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 facts. Because a lot of people were confused as to what happened in that scene and
For sure, for
exactly
sure.
how exactly he came inside of you when you
Right.
stuck the gun in his butt.
In his butt, right? So I need you to just practice on me. Like, I just use me as like the dummy real quick, and like, you know what I
Facts,
mean? Like, just
facts,
show
facts,
us real
facts.
quick. Yeah,
And like make
for
sure you
sure.
really into it too, so that way the crowd can get like an accurate
Mm,
representation of like what's
like what
going
it
on.
was.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like I've been taking acting classes so I can really dive into the role if you need me to. But
Facts, facts,
yeah,
facts, facts. You know what I'm saying? And if you would rather everybody leave and you just show me, that would
and
be
not like
perfect. That
regale the
would be perfect.
tale. That would be
Exactly.
yeah. No,
That
for
would
sure,
be
for sure.
perfect in terms of like cinema and making everybody excited for movies again. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? That
right.
would be great.
Amazing.
Guys, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe
All of that.
to everything that we have going on. Post credit clarity is on its way up,
Up.
and that's the only direction that we have in front of us. There is no down, there is no side to
Never,
side, there is
never
nothing else.
considered
There's
those
no
directions.
diagonal. We're only going up.
Come on,
You know what I'm
up.
saying? We're only going up. It's like we have wings or some shit.
UP with PCC. Come on, yeah.
Come on now. Talk to me, man. Hey. If you can't get enough of the P, comment that. Let us know.
Come on now. Let us
Comment
know
that. Comment
down below
PEE right now.
right now.
Right now. If you don't comment it right now, I'll ban you from the PCC pod. Like genuinely.
Absolutely.
I will ban
Yeah,
you
we
from this
will.
shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'll never be able to listen to another episode. And what would you do in life if you couldn't listen to another episode of the PCC podcast with
You
Zay and
probably
Billy? Yep. Which I would too. If I couldn't do this pod no more with Billy, I would do bad things to myself. Very bad things. Very bad things I would do to myself.
Yo, make
But
sure
yeah,
you
man.
follow Zay.
Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Make sure you follow Billy on Twitter. Make sure, obviously, like I said, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the Post Credit Clarity mailbag. Ask us questions about some movies that you may have seen recently and you want us to comment on it. Ask us questions about. Give us some hot takes, man. Maybe you have a hot take. You know what hot take I kind of have, bro.
What's up?
Sylvester Stallone should be bigger than he is.
Yo, this nigga's insane.
Is that a hot take? That's probably hot.
This nigga's insane.
Bro, he should be
I
bigger.
hate this
He
nigga.
should be like the biggest.
The
Like
biggest.
Sylvester Stallone should have Arnold Schwarzenegger's spot.
Yo, you're steaming right now with these
Oh
hot
God,
takes.
oh God, I'm cooking. I'm cooking. I just pulled that out of my ass, by the way. First thing that came to mind was Sylvester Stallone. Um, which may tell you about how my brain works a little bit. Probably, maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm fresh off the wake up, guys. I just woke up like 5 minutes before we started recording, so you know, it'd be like that sometimes. Yeah, Billy.
Yo, I hate this nigga.
Say,
Yo, PCC, yo, we're out of here, yo. I
we're
was just
leaving.
letting him talk, yo.
You
This
were.
nigga was just saying anything, yo, PCC, yo, we're out of here, yo. Salute.
We're out. We're out. We're out. We're out. We're out.